What the heck are you doing? This is some bad news, guys. See, whenever the type of video like this happens, usually an injury or something else. I'm not looking forward to this video, but I gotta watch it because I know everyone in the world wants to know my reaction. So let's watch it. Let's see what's going on. Looking all nice.
Got some bad news for you. I really don't know
Not good, my boy.
how to tell you guys properly, but I'm just gonna let this video speak for itself. So Alex, roll the clip.
His left knee, bro. Oh, man. See, at first I thought he got nut checked. But then now it's like, all right, there was a lot of pressure force being put in his knee. Let's rewatch that again. I think we can watch it in slow-mo. Can we? There should be an option. Watch this. This is how you become an athletic trainer. You do biomechanic breakdown. Oh, the left knee just got pounded, bro. Ooh, yikes. So this is what normally happens, like as an athletic trainer or like a kin major, you look at the biomechanics, the mechanism of injury, right? Just by watching that, I'm assuming, I mean, it didn't look like anything tweaked up just from the angle of the video. I'm gonna take a solid guess. I think he sprained his knee. That's my guess. Let's see if I'm right. I don't think he tore anything, but I think he sprained it. We need a...
Yeah, guys, that was the clip.
Yep.
So, Marco, how are you feeling now?
Honestly, not too bad. I mean, obviously when it happened, you guys saw me like kind of in a lot of pain. Yeah, I was like on the ground.
First of all, this really sucks, guys. Any injury that takes out an athlete for even a few weeks, it just sucks. You go through the whole grieving process.
Ground for a good, what, 2 minutes?
I'd say so. Honestly, time kind of froze there for a bit. It felt longer.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it definitely felt long for
you were
me.
there for a little bit. So,
Yeah. So after that impact, it pretty much was like a Charlie horse dialed to the max. Like I just couldn't move my leg even like after I got pulled off the court and sat down, like it just didn't want to move.
So a Charlie horse, I don't remember the full like mechanics on how this works, but it's basically a really, really strong cramp. But it could also be when you apply so much pressure, the muscle basically will tell your nervous system, hey, don't send any signals here because we're about to be in so much pain that we need to shut down. I don't know if that's right, but like that's just like, I don't think we even studied Charlie horses in college, but that's what I'm assuming. Again, I'm just a guy on the internet.
And like throughout the day, like it was still like pretty hard to walk. I couldn't really do anything too much.
yeah, honestly, because like from my perspective, like I still finished recording the play, but then like I saw Marco was just literally on the ground, not moving. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of a lot more serious than like
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like to hope.
All right, it's a Charlie horse. Thought it was a sprained knee. Probably not as bad, but let's see.
And I thought it was much worse originally, just because like his leg was straight, wasn't able to move.
Yep.
He couldn't get up on his own, obviously. So we're like trying to figure out what it was. And I think like initially your pain came like onto your hip. I don't know if it was just like seized up like your IT band
Yeah.
or like maybe the way you landed.
Yeah, I
just,
definitely think it was probably like the IT band seizing up because when my leg kind of gave, like everything around my quad and like to the lateral side of my leg, just it felt like it just didn't want to move.
So that makes sense. So when your body tells a certain part of your body to shut off, this is very rare. I could be just going off on saying whatever the hell I want. This is not scientific evidence. But what I do know is that if a body part shuts off, the rest of the muscles around it will have to compensate by firing up even faster or firing up even more or just be more active, right? So if his IT band, if his quad turned off, and he says his IT band was acting up, that means his glute, I think it's a TFL that it's connected to, part of his glute had to be more active to keep the hip stable in order for the knee not to get injured. So this is a beautiful way of the body being like, hey, we're about to be in some serious trouble right now. We need to activate different muscle groups in order for us to stay safe and not get injured. Again, just a guy on the internet.
Like everything was just so tight. By far the worst like injury is sport related I have ever experienced. If you guys seen like my previous video, like I never really get injured. The other time was from badminton because
Sprained
I don't
ankle.
even know how that happened, to be honest with you, but in the older video.
And to be honest, any injury, excuse me, my God, but any injury sucks for an athlete. It just, anything that takes you away from what you love, terrible.
And that one wasn't even too bad. I was back in like, what, a week or two? And the pain wasn't terrible. Like I just tied my shoes even more and I kept playing. But this one, nah, I
Yeah.
couldn't play. I was out for the whole
Oh.
tournament, which I was pretty sad about.
Yeah, it was definitely sad for you to be like joining me on the spectator side of just watching things.
That sucks.
Oh yeah, regardless, I still had fun, but I was
Yeah.
pretty sad because like I just didn't get to play the sport I love.
Yeah, and I think like that Asian tournament, at least for me, it's not something I've been very familiarized with, like in terms of like the level of competition.
Asian tournament. Was this a 9-man tournament? What's going on? The only Asian tournament I know is a 9-man volleyball tournament.
I know
It
you
was
were like
nuts.
super eager
was
to play
nuts.
against like a lot of the people there, and it was actually kind of sick. There's some people that showed up to kind of watch you play, but unfortunately you couldn't play. So
That
we'll be
sucks.
back hopefully.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's another one in November that we might actually go back and tackle. So we'll see if we
November.
can run it back.
That's a few months from now.
Not get injured again.
Yeah, but you went to a PT, right? Like a physiotherapist.
Yeah. So I was after like that injury happened on Saturday. What day is it today? Wednesday.
Yeah. just
Yeah.
went
So
to-
yesterday I went to go see a physio and got it looked at and assessed.
He's okay. I guarantee he's okay.
It's actually not too bad.
There you go.
It's not terrible.
It's not
It's
bad.
what we thought it was. Like over the course of like the 3 days that I was in Vancouver, the swelling definitely started to go down a bit. Here, like I have a picture. Like Alex will just throw
Oh,
it
I
up
wanna
for like
see the
2
picture.
seconds. But
Oh, give me that picture. The left knee? Is it the left one? Or is it this one? If he's facing the camera, what is going on here? Is that his muscle? Is that his teardrop?
pretty much
Or is that the swell? Or is this the swollen side? I'm assuming this is the swollen side.
like the leg on the right where you guys can see the bulge. That is
Mm.
normal. That is just my vastus medialis popping, and the leg that just doesn't have a bulge. That's just the injured leg.
Oh, wait, what? Bro, I'm so confused with this photo. Let me repeat what he just said.
On the right where you guys can see the bulge. That
The right.
is normal. That is just my vastus medialis popping.
Okay, I figured.
And the leg that just doesn't have a bulge. That's just the injured leg.
So he got hit on this end, so I'm assuming it flared up. So usually what happens, like muscle, you know what? I'm gonna give out very false information right now, but it could be false information. I'm gonna assume if you guys are science nerds, let me know what you guys think. Unless Marcos has an answer for this, I'm assuming when your muscle gets hit really hard, you get a Charlie horse or whatever, you're out for a couple weeks, fluid starts to build up in that area in order to protect it. So I'm assuming there's white blood cells in there trying to heal up the area depending on how bad the tear could. I don't think it's a tear, but just a hard cramp or whatever. But it's kind of like foam rolling. Like when you foam roll, you put pressure on the muscle, but your muscle also has fluid in it that it releases when it takes pressure. So like for example, when you sweat a lot when you lift heavier weights, and when you lift even heavier weights, your body is more likely to expel more of that fluid through sweat. So that could also be what's going on, but I don't know. It could be just there was so much pressure that fluid had to come out somewhere, and now he just feels so off balance. Again, I could be wrong.
We thought I don't know, we just wasn't able to contract. It didn't feel like I was able to contract, but there's just a lot of swelling going on. Like it's very hard to tell because my legs aren't that big. But oh, there goes my dog. Anyways, the swelling's gone down quite a bit. I can pretty much kind of move my leg a little bit more. The only time that hurts is when I pretty much do anything very, very fast. So I can't run just yet. I can't even do an approach properly, but walking and doing a light jog is totally fine. I can still kind of feel it. And sometimes when I walk, my leg just kind of gives out. I don't even know why, but it's probably just the muscle just contracting a little bit too hard and not letting go properly.
Yeah, so this is important. Now that he has a lot of compensations in his body, just compensating for, he's going to have to reteach his body hey, it's okay for me to be in this position. Let this muscle fire up. Let's strengthen it so that this other muscle doesn't have to compensate for this certain weakness that I have right now. So it's going to be a lot of retraining.
But yeah, it's actually not too bad. It is what my PT said. He said it's just a grade 1 quad contusion. If you guys don't know what a contusion is, it's basically blunt force trauma, to keep it short.
Yes.
And that brings up a lot of bruising. So the rehab for it, I don't know, the rehab timeline, probably 3 to 4 weeks max.
That's not bad.
He said that's where I should be back in. To take care of it for the first week, just don't do anything. The most that I can do right now, it's just pretty much isometric contractions. So I'll straighten my leg and I just flex my leg, or contract the muscle there and then just kind of have it pop. Another one what I can do is just kind of pressing it into something. I don't know, if I have a leg extension machine, I can just drive it in and just not move it there. so I can isometrically contract it there. What else did he say? No massaging within the first week, just because it's actually quite bad to massage like an inflamed muscle. You don't want to damage it even more.
That makes
Next week
sense.
I should be getting back into the swing of things. Yeah.
I'm curious if like compression would help in that sense, because if there's like, it's a contusion and you have fluid in there, right? Like slight fluid, would it be beneficial to compress it, get the fluid out, get new fluid in, so that, let's say you have new like white blood cells working in there, right? Push them out, get new white blood cells to allow the healing process to be faster. Like, would that be ideal, or is that not said by physical therapists in general? Again, I'm just putting out some ideas out there.
And like the worst thing you can do, like I think I remembered like
The Google doctor.
Googling like rehab timeline for like a quad contusion, because I thought it like was a quad contusion, and I thought it was like a grade 3, maybe grade 4, and then it was like 7 to 8 weeks, and then my heart dropped, and then Alex actually saw it, and he was just like, don't think about that stuff, man.
Yeah, I was like looking over his shoulder. This guy was so eager to play. Like,
Oh yeah.
I think like
It's good that he has an Alex. I wish I had an Alex. Right now, I don't even know who I have right now. I think I got someone. I'm sure I got someone. Not all the time though. It seems like these two got each other.
even though like we had fun like at the tournament still, like obviously watching it versus knowing that he should have been playing in it, totally different thing. And like especially
Very,
as like
very
an athlete, you're like eager to go and like help out your team and just play the sport you wanted to play, right?
Oh yeah. Like second day, like playoffs when we were in, I was like pretty optimistic. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be fine. And then I remember like lacing up and getting like my sleeve on for some compression, and then Alex just like gave me a look. I'll be fine. And then I went to go and jog, and
It was not
man,
fine.
it hurt. Like it wasn't even like a fast jog.
It was
Like
like
a
light,
25% speed jog, so like nothing, like just a little bit faster than speed walking, and it hurt. So I was just like
Yikes.
talking to Alex, and I was like, damn, if this hurts, imagine like
A grade 3.
imagine me
Anything,
like
yeah.
doing anything, and then imagine me jumping
Yeah.
Yeah,
and landing. Oh, that'll suck.
because 100%. Like,
Yeah, again, he's going to have to retrain the landing mechanics, which I'm sure him and Jordan will be fine about that stuff.
game, you're gearing to go,
Yeah.
and like especially like the level of competition you're playing, like there's no holding back. And probably like the adrenaline's gonna kick in, and you have no idea.
I
what you're
was actually banking on adrenaline too.
Oh my god.
You were telling me no, and I was like, no, just wait. I'm just gonna
Nah,
get some
dude.
adrenaline going, and then I won't feel it.
Not worth it.
Because it was like seriously scary in the sense of like I knew this guy wanted to play bad, and that.
Yeah,
I could tell you-
again, when you're on the sidelines, it's hard to think clearly and be like, yeah, I'll just, I'll be back on the court. I'll be fine. Like, for example, when I got my grade 3 ankle sprain, next day, like literally the day of, I was like, I'll be fine tomorrow. I think I can play. Next day, I was like, nope, no can do. Not going to happen.
He was low key willing to risk it, low key,
Yeah.
high key, just willing to risk it. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not worth that single game of like ruining your legs even further, and then like potentially
Yeah.
not playing even more. But luckily it's like a grade 1, it's minor.
Yeah, so
So.
we'll be back in no time.
But yeah, stay tuned for some exciting stuff in the future from us at MKVB.
Hell yeah. So like it'll be kind of like a catch-up thing between our games and then our rehab. Just gonna update you all about how it's going, but we should be back up on schedule soon.
I think so. Yeah.
So
They got a schedule.
that is all from us. Thank you for tuning in to this little update that we have for y'all. Yeah, honestly, just gonna say we appreciate you guys so much. Much love from Alex and I on the MKVB team.
That's our cue.
That's definitely our cue. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video. Once this video drops, stay tuned. We love y'all.
All right.
I'll
Well,
be back soon. I'll be jumping in.
unfortunately, this obviously sucks. Any injury that takes out an athlete for a few months, couple months, I mean, any months, any time, it's just awful. It sucks. But I'm glad it wasn't like an ACL tear. I'm glad it wasn't a knee sprain. Those would have taken way longer. I mean, at first I thought he got nut checked, but like, overall he's okay. Again, the level of play, I think going back into the sport, I think it's just going to be a little more wary when people start going close to him. It's like, are they going to tackle him by accident or run into him by accident, hustling for a ball? Because that stuff does happen, and it's just out of an athlete's control when that stuff happens. But it's just a matter of now he's going to have that. And I could be wrong. He could be way mentally tougher than I am. It's just going to have that awareness of, hey, when someone's close to me, I'm going to back off. Are you going to go for the ball? It's going to take some time to really get used to it. Like when I sprained my ankle, I get scared of blocking. I really do. Like when when my middle comes up to me and blocks with me, I get really scared. When a setter goes up and jump sets, because I think they're dumping and then their foot lands underneath the court, like that's something I worry about, you know? And then there's times where I'm like, hey, screw it. If I break myself, I'm going for this clip anyway. But yeah, very unfortunate. But I'm sure he still has videos popping up here and there. I'm sure we're going to see some rehab videos of his journey, and then he'll be back into volleyball. I'm curious if he's actually playing in the 9-man tournament this year. Maybe I'll get to see him and meet him. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Peace.